any ideas that you have for the holidays, for Christmas, for New Year's, let me know. Give me some ideas. That would help me out too. So far, I got my bacon going, because remember, when you keto, animal fat is king. You could have your animal fat. All other alternative fats are okay, as long as they're not manufactured. But animal fat, excuse me. But I do have my bacon, and I'm going to be frying the scallops in the bacon fat. Yes, indeed. So I have some beautiful sea scallops right here. See them? Just wanted you all to see. Beautiful sea scallops. Haven't had scallops in a long time, so I had to taste for them. I said, you know what? I want to go ahead and do these and make something like this, even as a quick lunch for myself. So first thing I'm going to do, I have some fresh garlic. I'm going to drain the water off of this. Let me get the water off here. And I'm going to season these scallops before I put them on the in my skillet. Of course, you know I use cast iron skillets a lot. So let me get this fresh garlic and put this in my garlic press. Cut that end off right there. Put this in here. See that? Squeeze that on through. See? Make sure my Instagram family can see me. Hey, hey, somebody's waving to me on Instagram. Thank you. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Definitely. Please share. I'm going to mix this in here some. And some good old-fashioned salt. Well, you know I like the pink salts. I use the Himalayan salts and things of that nature. Put a little pepper. And let's see what's going on with my salt here. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and add, you know, I'm from Maryland. So, Old Bay seasoning. Can't do no seafood without your Old Bay seasoning, that's for sure. Pat this on. Not going to get my hands all in here. I'm just going to flip this around with this. See? Doesn't that look good? Sea scallops. We'll go ahead and mix this. Put this in. See that? Put it in with my bacon. Taking some of this garlic and some of this seasoning out of here from the water. That's what I'm doing with that. Let me rinse my bowl out. Clean off my area a little bit here. And the next thing I want to do, I already steamed some broccoli. I want to do something different with the broccoli today. So sometimes I know everybody always uses cauliflower, steamed cauliflower to make risotto and all of that stuff. But I'm going to use broccoli instead. So you can see how I do this. Put this in my little strainer. Strain that water off. I'm going to let my scallops cook on each side like 2 minutes. That's usually the recommended time allotted. 2 minutes. 2 solid minutes. Get some of this water off of here. Using this. And let me move my salt and pepper out of the way. And I'm going to plug in my little food processor. Put this in, plug this up. And I'm going to take some of this broccoli and put it in here, and you'll see how I'm going to do this. Well, I wish you could see, basically, since I'm in the food processor. Mix some of this broccoli around. And yes, I'm going to cheese it up. It's Friday night treats with Tina. Although I try my best to do strict keto, but you know, I love my cheese. So I'm going to have some cheese. So let me go ahead and mix this around first. Pulse it. Yeah, that was pretty fast. And I'm going to add a little butter. Doesn't have to be melted. And a little bit of cream. Let me turn my scallops over a little bit. Seems like I'm doing a lot, but not really. Turning my scallops over. Let them cook some more. I'm going to get my cheese and my cream. And you're going to see how this will look. So I'm just going to put maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. That's it. Not a whole lot. And I'm going to add a little bit of sharp cheddar that I have left over. That's about 1/4 cup. And some of this Colby Jack. About 1/2 cup. This will make it nice and creamy for you. Move this around so I can go ahead and spin this some more in my food processor. I think this would be really good. I wish I could move this over so you all can see exactly what I'm doing. And this is going to be nice and colorful and bright. Sometimes you just don't want plain old white cauliflower. Use broccoli instead. Gives everything more of a richer taste to me. I'm going to go ahead and put a little salt and pepper. See, it's simple. It's not that difficult to do, and not at all. And I'm going to get my garlic seasoning. To mix in here. Yeah, this is going to be very nice. Mix this around some more. Check on my scallops. Oh, these are looking really good. Nothing like scallops and bacon, that's for sure. Scallops and bacon, that's always a winner. And let me take some of this. Some of my broccoli, I'm going to put this in this plate. So you can see how pretty that looks. I have the temperature on low on my scallops because I don't want them to overcook. Let's spread this out on my plate. Oh, that smells good. Smash this around. Let you all see what that looks like. See that? Doesn't that look great? Move this over to the side. Let me go ahead and check on my scallops so you all can see that. I put them on a lower temperature than normal so they can definitely cook all the way through. And what I want to do is go ahead and microwave this, keep this heated up and everything. I want to go ahead and keep this heated up for you. So that can get nice and hot. Haven't thought of any topics, keto topics, to really talk about today, but I did run into a coworker yesterday. I had let her know of my experience and my success, the amount of weight that I've lost and everything. And I noticed when I'm there, sometimes they see me munching on things that doesn't really look like normal things other people would munch on, like pork skins, you know, drinking my water and all of that stuff. So I told her, with ketogenic and carnivore, it's okay to eat the animals and the animal fat. You're perfectly fine to do that. It's pretty easy and everything for you to do that. So I told her that you can still use butter, you can still use bacon grease, you can use beef tallow and all of those things, you know, because your body actually needs that. She was like, really? I said, yes, I know it's very contrary to what we've been taught and what we've been trained to do as far as the SAD, Standard American Diet, you know. It's different. To me, I told her it's a lot of fun. I get to eat things that I haven't had in years because for a long time I thought they were bad for me, but instead they're actually good for me. Just letting her know all of those types of things, that you can do a lot, you know, without worrying, that your numbers will be in line too as far as your health and everything. Let me check on this. Yeah, so she was very interested. So we'll see. Let me flip these scallops around. I turned the heat up on them a little bit more. And I have it mixed with the bacon. And of course, you know, if you have some avocado, feel free to get your avocado and enjoy with this fabulous meal. Yep, but going back to my colleague, you know, she said, I want to talk to you and this and that. I'm like, that'd be great. That would be wonderful. I said, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, on Fridays. I do live cooking demos, just to, like what I'm doing for you all, just to show you that things are easy. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. Not at all. I mean, the same amount of time that you'll wait to order a pizza, which is full of carbohydrates, which will turn into sugar in your body, you could have already made a meal. You know, simple as that. The only thing, technically, I just wish I had more cameras. I could do some editing, so don't have all of this lag time in between, which, well, maybe this is good so you can see that, hey, I'm really cooking, and I'm showing you the time variance. And if you notice, usually the majority of the things that I cook take about 15 to 20 minutes. So right now, we clocked in at 1 o'clock. It's 1:14, so it's about almost 15 minutes that I'm still working on this meal right here, which isn't a long time at all, you know. So maybe it's good that I don't get it all prettied up and do all the fancy technical stuff and everything. Later on, as I always say. I'm still learning some things here, especially since I'm doing all of this by myself. But yes, feel free to contact me. You see my information. You'll see in the description after each broadcast. You know, you can contact me. You can click on any of the links and you can go and ask the questions. Or contact me directly if you have questions about what is keto, what it's all about. Did you really lose 100 pounds? How long did it take you? Feel free to ask me those questions, you know. And I always say I'm not a doctor. I'm speaking from my own experience, and my advice to you is to please consult with your doctor or physician. I'm not licensed in anything. The only license I have is a driver's license, and that's it. So please get your numbers right. Go to your doctors. Find a primary care physician, your eye doctor. If you're a woman, your gynecologist. If you're a man, a urologist. And also that applies for women too, or urologists also. Your dentist. Make a list of the doctors that you would use and see if your insurance covers them, and make sure your health, you know, no question, your health is paramount. you know, and I'm here to help you reach those goals as I am still reaching mine. So, you know, I still have work to do myself, you know, so I'm here to help you, guide you, and direct you. And it's still ultimately up to you and to do your additional research and things. Let me check these scallops. Oh, they're looking good. Wish I could swivel the camera around. These scallops, they're kind of sizable. They're nice size, so they're taking a minute to cook. So I can have you done within 10 minutes because I want you to see the total presentation and everything. Let me put this bowl in the sink. Want to see the total presentation, and that's going to be a good lunch for me and my husband. My husband actually works from home. I love having him in the house. He works from home, so I make sure things that I cook that he gets fed also, if he likes it, because he's not really on the keto journey, but that's fine. But he likes some of the food. Not all of it, but some of it, you know. So, because he likes carbohydrates, and that's fine. And even those of you that are finding problems with people that you live with that aren't on it, that's okay. It's about you, you know. To me, it's no longer a challenge. It's like I really feel like I really conquered my cravings for sweets and simple carbohydrates, which used to be really, really bad. It really was. And so right now, doesn't bother me. Cookies, candy, cakes, they bring in the house. Doesn't bother me. It's like you enjoy it. I even go and purchase stuff for them. That's fine. But I make my own keto stuff, my own keto cookies, as you can see, cake, ice cream, candies, all of those things. As you can see, I make myself, which is easy. And to me, after a while, yes, it tastes better. Yes, things are an adjustment. But when you have to get your health in order, which in turn is your life in order, you'd be surprised what you're willing to make changes for and what you're willing to do. And I was willing to do that. Simple as that. I don't force this on anybody. None of that at all. I just share. So if you're ready for me to be your coach, and of course you know I will hold you accountable with love and help you find ways so you can make adjustments, especially if you have other people living with you, how to make adjustments. If you know you go to have a job or you go to meetings and you have luncheons and things of that, how to deal with that. How do you cope with that? What can you do, you know? So that's what I'm here for as your coach, to show you maneuvers and ideas and things, even pre-planning what you will carry out with you even when you're going shopping, so you know you won't veer off on anything. Let me check these scallops again. Uh-oh. Getting some brownish. Taking a minute. Flip it over. Okay. These are looking good. Getting some brownish. The trick with scallops, you have to make sure you don't overcook them, and make sure you make sure the center is cooked but not overcooked and everything. I'm getting some brownage on there. Looking forward to putting them on my plate so you can see how that looks. Yeah, see, it's 1:20. Give me about maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. See, and I'll have you out of here. And you can always rewind, watch how I cook this. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. You know, what type of sea scallops? They were sea scallops from a local grocery store in my area, and I'm sure you can find them in your area. And if you want to have the bay scallops and shrimp, do that also. You don't have to be concretely stuck to it has to be a certain way, especially when you're cooking. Cooking is supposed to be for enjoyment. Yeah, sometimes you got to follow a recipe, especially if you're baking something. I get it, you know. You don't want nothing to explode or overly inflate or deflate, you know, so you have to be particular with that. But general cooking, your meats and your vegetables, have fun, have at it. Just go ahead and add things to it, special things to it that you like. Make sure it's keto friendly. And when I say keto friendly, make sure even down to your seasonings are appropriate. You know, I didn't look at my hometown seasoning, which is Old Bay. So this looks good. It doesn't have additional things in it. Doesn't have sugars or nothing. So that's good. And of course I have the dash. I love this too. And your regular Himalayan salt or red salt or pepper. And use onion flavorings, whatever you want. But always read your ingredients. Because I recently, my husband purchased some vanilla extract. And I'm like, oh, it had corn syrup in it. I'm like, no problem. So he'll probably use it in things. But I have some vanilla extract that doesn't have the corn syrup that I use for things that I make. So no biggie, it won't go to waste because both of us cook in the household. Let me check these scallops again. All right. We got something. Here we go. Now check this out. Look at that. Sea scallops and some broccoli risotto. See that? And you got your bacon. Let's taste this. Get a piece with the broccoli risotto. Let's see. Oh yes. Look at that. Delicious. Mm-hmm. Let me get a little piece of bacon. Gotta have the bacon with your scallops. Now, like I said, if you need to add more fat, and sometimes you do when you're doing keto, you can add extra butter to this if you want. You can go ahead and have your avocado, like the little Haas avocado, half one or a full one. A full meal. Look at this. That is delicious. I wish you were here with me. You know I'd share. Look at that. See that? That's how your sea scallop's supposed to look. See how it has the little strings in there? See that? And get another piece of bacon. And this simple, easy broccoli risotto. Quick, simple, and easy. Delicious. And those of you that are new to me, I'm looking back and forth because I have two cameras. I have my laptop and I have my phone. My phone, of course, is for my Instagram people, and my laptop is for all my other social media that I use for Tina the Keto Coach. This is delicious. I feel bad eating all of this in front of you all, because you know I'll share. Come on over. Plenty for you. So I'm going to go ahead. That's what I forgot to do. Take the little beards off. But you can still take them off even after you cook them. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. This is so good. Oh my goodness. I got to make sure I save some for my husband. Delicious. Delicious. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Friday Night Treats with Tina the Keto Coach. Hope to see you next week. And y'all take care. Please like, comment, share, and even suggest things that you may want to see me cook. Because I'm really cooking here. Nothing pretty and fancy here. Just real cooking for real everyday people. Everyday keto eating to make your life much easier. Once again, thank you again for tuning in. This is Tina the Keto Coach, Friday Night Treats with Tina. Thank you so much. Y'all take care and have a safe and wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.